In this demonstration we are going to look at searching for email and retrieving it from the archive. If the customer wants to give end users the ability to search their own archives, then one of the delivery methods is to integrate the user interface into Microsoft Outlook. This can either be done manually or by running a short script on the server to create a folder with a URL. Once it has been created, the user will be able to log in using their normal network username and password and will see this search screen. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to search for the word password within our own archived email. To start, the user types the search term and presses search. This will display the first 15 matching results. Selecting a specific email will display the body text on the right-hand screen. The emails are sorted by rank. This is a combination of the frequency of the search terms and their position in the header, subject, body, or email attachment. To get an email back from the archive, press the Retrieve button on the top menu. This will pop open a new window where we can add a note to the email we will be retrieving. The email we want will be added to another email as an attachment and sent to the user's inbox. Another way of retrieving mail is to right-hand click the item in the list and select Retrieve. This option is also used to print and view properties of the email, including the audit trail and SMTP headers. The Advanced Search option gives the user the ability to perform more complex searches of the email archive, as can be seen from this screen. The user can choose to limit their search to the subject, the body, the email headers, or to text contained within the attachments. Authorized users can search other mailbox within the archive. A manager may be able to search the mailboxes belonging to their team members, and a full discovery user can search all mailboxes in the archive. Searches can also be limited to specific conversations, emails with attachments, emails sent between particular date ranges, emails which are archived due to a named policy, internal or external emails, or emails with an info tag. Once Outlook integration has been demonstrated, the next step is to show the search and discovery features which are available to a user who logs onto the web interface directly. If a user is given access rights to the interface and they only have rights to the search the archive, then they will not be able to see the policy, supervision and reporting tabs as shown on this screen. When a user logs into the user interface to perform searches, then they will have exactly the same basic search options as through Microsoft Outlook, but they will also have some additional options. Before we describe these, we will look at a more complex search. In this example, the user wants to search for the word password and the word SAP. To start, they click on the three dots called ellipses to the right of the Find text box. Then they enter the list of search terms in the window which appears. This function is especially useful to discovery users who may be required to find all emails in the archive which match a list of terms supplied by a court during a case. Pressing search now will return all emails which contain the words password and or SAP, with precedence given to those emails which contain both search terms. The scope option will allow the user to choose whether they wish to search their own email archive or more mailboxes. This will be limited by the scope of their security access. If we want to limit the scope of our search to emails between particular groups of people, the conversation filter can be used. If we know that the email we are looking for had an attachment, we can define it here. The send date option can be used to limit the search to emails which were sent in a particular date range. Info tags are an important part of the service and are used to tag emails which meet specific criteria at the time at which the email was archived. A good example of this would be info tagging emails which were sent between a board member and a broker. When we wish to discover emails years later, the info tag will enable us to quickly find the email without needing to spend time working out who the brokers were and who was on the board at the time the email was originally sent. Flow filters allow us to limit the search to inbound, internal, or outbound email. Finally, searching within a specific series limits the scope to only emails which were added to the archive due to a particular retention policy. Functions which are not available via the Outlook interface are shown in the left panel. The first is the recent searches, which allows a user to quickly recall the last 3 searches they performed. In favorite searches, a user can save commonly run queries to be recalled whenever necessary. Instead of arranging emails into folders, queries are created which can be run at any time. These may be used to replace the folders which we use in Microsoft Outlook, as a user does not need to remember how they filed an email in the past. To place a search in the favorites, the user creates it in the normal way. And then clicks the Save button. They can then add the search to the favorites list. Results of a saved query can also be copied to a folder. This takes a snapshot of the query results. The results of more than one query can be saved to the same folder, enabling the user to build up a more complex collection of emails. This may be required if a wider discovery is needed. Finally, the contents of the saved query folder can be exported as an Exchange mailbox file, also known as a PST, which can be downloaded and used as required. This export function has a number of uses, including legal discovery or auditing, where the results of one or more searches across the entire archive may be required to be presented to a third party. It can also be used for small-scale DR purposes for individual mailboxes by extracting all recent emails for a specific person. That ends the email archiving search walkthrough demonstration. Please close this window to return to the presentation.